So I was actually born into Texas barbecue.
I love lamb. To me, lamb is poetry to the taste buds.
At that time, and the fire was so big, I could see the fire, the smoke in the sky 30 miles away.
These are going to be your favorite way to eat a chicken wing after you try these.
You freestyle. Some people call me a mad scientist.
Cool. I use a Mediterranean rub on there, so it has a nice little Middle Eastern flavors.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
That's tender. Probably going to be one of my favorite tacos as of yet.
Yes, sir.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Around Town with Dom. Today I am at Chuckwagon BBQ Burgers, and with me I have Waseem.
How's it going, guys? Chef Waseem Hilal, Chuckwagon BBQ Burgers, 4031 FM 1463 in Katy.
Perfect. And how long ago did you acquire this location here?
In about a month, in May, it'll be 7 years.
Okay. And how has it been since then?
Man, it's been a roller coaster. It's been a journey. It's been fun. Definitely lots of highs, lots of lows, but we're still kicking, thank God, and we've been able to stay in the game. It's hard for a lot of restaurants to stay alive these days, but luckily we've been able to survive.
All right, perfect. All right, so once again, just introduce yourself.
I'm Chef Waseem Hilal, Chuckwagon BBQ and Burgers. We're at 4031 FM 1463 in Katy, just on the edge of Fulshear. Some people think we're in Fulshear, but that's actually right across the street from where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking it up, and I'm like, I know this area is like Fulshear, Katy area, but I saw the address is like Katy. I'm like, okay, so we are in Katy, but then some people, like businesses next door, say, oh no, we're Fulshear.
Exactly, we throw a stone and we're in Fulshear.
Yeah, now I understand why, because Fulshear is right across the street.
Yes, sir.
But it's somewhat the same thing, but I know there's a little
yeah. I mean, invisible borders everywhere, right?
Right. I know people were like, oh, it's Fulshear, no, it's Katy. You know, they had that little friendly competition there.
Yes, sir.
All right, so first of all, how did this all start out for you, barbecue in general?
So I was actually born into Texas barbecue. My dad did it most of my life. I was born into his restaurant. I tell people I came from a smoker. I popped out of a smoker. So I used to hang around my dad's restaurant growing up a lot. We'd go every Saturday with him. He served breakfast in the morning, and then it'd be lunch. Saturdays he was open from 8 to 2. So we'd spend a lot of our Saturday days over there. That was the most time I had at the restaurant as a kid, and then as I got a little older I spent more time, and I started going during the week to help him out. I honestly hated Texas barbecue. I hated brisket. I didn't want anything to do with it. My dad's brisket was dry, man. And so, I worked with him for many years, and I went to culinary school alongside working with him. I would leave school, come home, I'd go to his kitchen actually and practice the things I'd learned to further my knowledge, which was pretty neat. We bumped heads a lot, and we still bump heads. We're opposites of sorts. So I tell him he's day, I'm night, things like that. I'm right, he's wrong.
That's funny.
Yeah, life made a full circle at one point. I was doing fine dining, and I lit up some hickory wood to light up a little pit that we used to use. It's a yakitori pit, which is a small Japanese clay pot.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. So we had the charcoal, and I added hickory, which is the same wood my dad used. As soon as I lit that hickory, that smell reminded me of my childhood, and I was like, I want to go back to Texas barbecue. And at that point, life made a circle, and I'm here where I am today telling you this story because of that moment.
And did you ever know that you were always, did you ever always known you were going to end up doing this?
No,
barbecue?
I didn't. I actually didn't. I didn't even know I'd be doing food, to be honest. I was doing my basics at Houston Community College, and somewhere in the middle of there, I got very bored with the curriculum. Very basic, same like high school. You're taking your math, your English, this and that. I saw culinary classes pop up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take culinary classes, and it was for shits and giggles. I ended up developing a deep passion for it, and just wanting to learn more and more. And basically, my career took off from there.
Great. And now, what is one memory you have from back when you were a kid that sticks with you today?
So I used to always see my dad flip an egg in a skillet and catch it. And so I remember I was maybe around 4 years old, and I tried to do that same thing. I had my egg in the skillet, gave it a shake. I went to go flip it. Maybe I caught a quarter of the egg, and 3/4 splattered all across that stove.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's not like how dad does it, but I tried.
That's great. Now, what made you take over Chuckwagon?
So my dad's last barbecue restaurant was Hungry Farmers Barbecue. It was located on Airline in the north side of town, Airline, Little York area. He was there for about a good 10 years, and around May 2017, it was involved in an arson robbery where some folks came in a couple times that week, actually, scoped it out, I guess, came back a few days later, ended up breaking into the safe, and they had enough time to cut the safe, steal money, burn the place to the ground. Cops never showed up. Wow. The whole building was it was like from the 70s, so it's all old wood. It just went right up. We actually lived at the southwest at that time, and that fire was so big I could see the fire, the smoke in the sky 30 miles away at my house, from southwest to north side. So that was the last barbecue restaurant that I was associated with. I wasn't working with him at the time. I was at the Hotel Granduca in the Galleria area, which is a 5-star Italian hotel. I was having a good time there, and then that happened. I'll say it kind of depressed me a little bit, because I felt like it was a part of me burned with that, because I put so much time into it myself. So after Hotel Granduca, I bounced around a little bit, and one of my last positions was in Tobio Sushi over here in Katy in La Centera, and that's where the Hickory Wood story happened. And from that moment, I started to look for pre-existing barbecue restaurants that were for sale. I wanted something with furniture and equipment, it's turnkey, and I can come in and do my own thing.
Okay.
It took me 2 years to find this spot. I randomly found a Facebook post. A lady posted a picture of these wagon booths behind me, restaurant for sale, barbecue restaurant for sale. And I was like, hey, this could be something. We came, gave it a tour, everything looked good, equipment was fairly decent condition, made them an offer, they accepted. A month later, I was here and started doing my own recipes.
Now, coming from your culinary background, how are you connecting culinary background to the barbecue that you're doing today?
Oh man, I have fun with it. I freestyle. My cousin calls it barbecue freestyle. Some people call me a mad scientist. I'll take different cultures and fuse them together and make a dish. For example, this weekend I launched a smoked lamb taco. Throw it on a flour tortilla. I made a yogurt dill sauce, some pickled red onions, and a little fresh cilantro on top. It just works so well. It's simple, but all those flavors pop and they work together well.
And now it's kind of like a follow-up question to that. So, you know, there's so many barbecue places in Texas, and especially in Houston here.
Sure.
What makes you different?
So everybody's going to do their own little different specials. There's not many Middle Eastern folk doing barbecue. There's a few Arabs and Persians I know that do it, but it's not as common as any other culture in Texas barbecue. So I feel like that's where we differentiate, where I can bring some Mediterranean flavors in the mix, as well as my fine dining background to give stuff a little pizzazz. There are a few fine dining chefs that do barbecue, and you do see it throughout their food. It's a nice little change from ordinary. So people like that, like myself, will run cool specials every now and then that you won't see at any other places.
Nice. And now, are you able to walk me through your process with the brisket from start to finish, roughly, without giving away any type of secrets or anything you want?
No problem. So yeah, we start with it's Swift 5-star. It's a halal brisket. I use choice grade. They come from a Hereford cow breed. We start off with the trim. I clean up the bottom of the brisket, take out a big chunk of that bottom decal fat. It doesn't render down much. That's a good fat to make tallow and use for sausage. So we put it to the side. We save our brisket scrap, and we end up grinding the fat to make tallow, which we load up in our deep fryers. And we also make our own ground beef to make chili and our burgers and other things like that. We clean up the top of the brisket. We bring the fat down to about 1/4 inch all throughout. Shape it up, give it a nice little aerodynamic body. I do like to use a mustard binder, and we rub it up with our house seasoning, which is kosher salt, black pepper, garlic powder, Lowry's, and some love. We season it up pretty nice, and we smoke with post oak wood. I have an old hickory rotisserie smoker. It looks like a Ferris wheel of meat, and the meat will just go around in circles. It's a gas assist, so gas will light up the wood. It has a thermostat in there. When it reaches the set temperature, fire kills, the smoke does the work. If it needs more heat, that gas comes back on to keep the heat going on in there. It maintains a pretty consistent temperature, and it helps us get a little sleep on the back end. There's not much sleep in this industry, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like long hours.
Yeah,
it's like
man.
roughly how long does it take to get the brisket done?
So briskets to smoke, it can be anywhere from 8 to 12 hours depending on the size. If they're a little bigger, of course, it's going to go a little longer. Sometimes they're very small. Some briskets end up the size of my shoe, and those will cook up rather fast. Yeah.
All right. And now, what is the hardest part about getting barbecue right?
The hardest part is consistency. So not a lot of folks are going to be consistent, and that's kind of across the whole food industry in general. Is this product going to taste the same day after day? If I try it in January and come back 3-4 months later, is it going to taste exactly the same? It should. There are many little factors that can change the flavor of things. So that's number one thing, is to keep consistency, have, like a moist, juicy brisket all throughout. Sauce is going to taste the same every time. Sides, everything needs to be seasoned the same. So most of my recipes I actually write up, I learned to go by weight. I don't like to use cups or tablespoons or teaspoons. Weigh everything down by the gram is the most accurate you're going to get as far as consistency, and that seems to help us. I work alongside my cooks and I show them the recipe 2-3 times, and then I watch them do it, and I'm like, hey, all right, your turn, train me. Teach me how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Yes.
separates good barbecue from great barbecue?
Yes. So that also goes back to consistency, and then, like I said, the details. Details are very important in everything. The more love you put into a product, it'll show at the end of the day.
Okay. And what does barbecue mean to you personally?
Barbecue to me, it's Texas. It brings people together. It's eaten at a lot of events. I've catered birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, funerals, office gigs. It's like people gotta eat. They think of barbecue, and it brings people together. And if you think about it, it goes back to the Stone Age when they would burn a fire and throw a piece of meat on it. That's barbecue right there. You smell smoke, you're like, somebody's cooking, let's go over there.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's barbecue to me.
Oh, that's great. Now, what is Katy / Fulshear, since we're kind of in the middle right here? What does it mean to you and your business?
So I was born and raised in Southwest Houston in A-Leaf. Katy, to me, I was like, oh, Katy, this is bougie. I didn't want anything to do with Katy, to be honest. I didn't know anything about it. So when I found Chuckwagon, I didn't even know this part of Katy existed until I found this place and gave it a tour. But I feel like we took a deep dive into Katy itself. I work a lot with the community, and I try to do things with them, and fundraisers and spirit nights for the schools and other things that we can try to aid our community with. And I feel like when we help the community, folks will see that and they come to support you because of that. It's like a nice circle of life, I consider it. So Katy, honestly, is a nice community, and I'm proud to say I'm an active member in my community.
And now I also see on the wall right here you have for the rainbow dinner. Can you talk a little about that? Like,
Yeah.
What made you think of that idea, or even make this happen?
So this was my buddy Andrew. He had found an article. Somebody had ordered a meal from a barbecue restaurant. They mentioned that it was their dog's last meal. It was about to get put down. And so I think they ended up giving them a beef rib to give to the dog as a nice little farewell. So Andrew shared this article with me, and I believe his dog Spike, which is we named the memorial after Spike's Memorial Rainbow Bridge, we call it. His dog had just passed away, and he had seen that, and he shared it with me. And I love animals, and I thought it was a great idea, so it was something we decided to launch together. We set it up, we announced it, did a little news press with it, and it's just a nice little way to honor the man's best friend.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I seen it actually posted up before, and I'm like, me personally, I haven't seen anyone else do that. I'm sure other people do that too, but I was just like, oh man, that's great to have that, because yeah, how you said, it's man's best friend.
Yes, sir.
Now, what does this place mean to you beyond just a business?
When I introduce myself to people, I tell them I am Chuckwagon. And I don't mean that to sound cocky or anything like that, but what I mean by that is this is my life. I eat, sleep, and breathe this. Like, for example, last night I had a lot of stuff to do. I slept at my desk. I ended up knocking out here, maybe a couple hours of sleep, woke up, got right back at it. And I've been running since. I have a few more things to tackle tonight, and I'll go take a little nap and pop back in for dinner service. It's a big part of my life. I do try to delegate as much as possible, but there's some things that I just am not able to delegate right now. And finding good help is rare these days. It's a challenge that a lot of my peers are facing as well. The industry's just changed. I don't know what changed it, but after COVID, something happened, man.
And I see that the staff here, I come in other days and I see this the same staff here. You talk a little bit about your staff that you have right now here.
The staff out here, they're solid, man. They'll run shoulder to shoulder with me. They work consistently well. They show up to the shifts, which is what you can ask for, because a lot of people don't show up. Yeah. That's the hardest thing. Like, I've had interviews, I used to set up interviews, right? Say maybe I'll call 15 people. 15 will answer. Maybe 5 show up to the interview. I decide to hire, let's say 3, for example. Maybe 1 might show up for the job, and the other 3 are just, they pass away or whatever happens to them, but you never hear anything from them. So that ends up happening a lot. I've also had scenarios where people come in, maybe work a shift or half a shift, and something happens and I never hear from them again. And, okay, that was a waste of time. But the staff I have now, a lot of them have been with me for quite a while. Like, I have one of my cashiers, Austin. He's actually been here since the beginning. He's been with me for 7 years. I believe he started here, he was 15, 16. So I kind of see him as we grew up together, because we've been here for quite a while together. Yeah. But I definitely couldn't do this without my staff. My folks also help me out, my mom and my dad. Mom works in the front. Pops helps in the back, slicing meats and manning the pit. But yeah, I couldn't do it without any of these folks by my side. This is definitely not a one-man show, and anybody who does it as a one-man show, that's highly impressive. Yeah.
And now, what do you want people to know about barbecue business and restaurant business in general right now? Because you already mentioned a little bit earlier how it's, finding good staff, that's hard right now.
Staff is definitely one of the hard things. Cost of goods is consistently going up. It doesn't ever come down, especially protein prices like beef. Chicken will take a hit every now and then. Like maybe a month ago, something happened to chicken, and boneless chicken shot up through the roof, whether it be chicken thigh, breast, the tender, all those prices went up. Beef is said to be going up, I think, triple this year. I hope not. But I read a few different articles last year saying beef is going to spike as well. I just saw an article where JBS, which is actually the main supplier of our brisket, I believe 1,500 employees are on strike. So there's always things going on with the food supply, which jacks the price up. Cost of insurance, cost of utilities, everything's just consistently going up. Cost of labor, people want to make more. So it's restaurant industry right now is very tough, and there's a lot of places closing left and right. Yeah. And it crosses almost every owner's mind, like whether you're doing good or not. It's definitely an idea in the back of your head, like, hey, is this worth doing? Are we going to keep doing this? Are we going to survive? Are we going to be able to get this product next week? So this started around COVID time. That was curveball after curveball. Like, hey, your supplier called, hey, we don't have this anymore. It's not going to be back for 2-3 months. Or frozen French fries, for example. Hey, there's nobody at the plant, so we don't have this brand anymore. Are you okay with this one? So that was a big pivot from product to product to serve something consistent. So yeah, that's definitely a lot of the hurdles that we face these days. Labor, cost of goods, as well as the increased cost, whether it be rent, insurance, or the utilities that we face.
Now, big question, sauce or no sauce on your brisket?
Sauce on the side, always. Yeah, I always try sauce, any dish maybe, but I always want to try that first bite without the sauce, just to see the flavor of the protein or whatever it is we're eating. And then the next bite, I'll want to try it with the sauce. A sauce should complement a dish. If it takes away or masks, it's doing too much and it's not the right sauce for the dish. But personally, I love sauce, but always, like I said, on the side. If you put it on the brisket, you got something to hide. That ain't good.
And now, what type of brisket? Lean or not lean?
Nah, man, moist all day. Fat is flavor, bro. Fat is flavor. I'll eat both. When I go to another barbecue establishment, I definitely like to order half of each, maybe, depending on how many people I'm with. I want to try their lean and their moist, but I'm a moist guy all day.
Now, what's your favorite dish here?
I would say our pastrami Reuben sandwich is very popular. It's a sandwich made with love.
That.
Yeah. So we brine our own briskets actually. Same process. We trim them down. We make our own brine. Then we make a special rub for it. We smoke it off just like the other briskets. Slice it up on some toasted buttered rye, similar to a grilled cheese. You're gonna have the crust on there. Swiss cheese. We make our own sauerkraut, as well as a Russian dressing. It's one of our very popular items, and a lot of people love it. I've actually gotten poems and love notes about this sandwich. It's so well loved.
Wow. Now, when people think about this place many years from now, what do you want it to stand for?
I would hope they enjoyed their experience and they remember something. They're like, oh yeah, that place had really good this, or I really remember this burger, or that brisket was so moist and juicy and tender. So I definitely want them to have a good experience. Remember us for the flavors that we put out, as well as our friendly service. We try to be hospitable and take care of our guests as best as possible.
These are our smoked chicken wings. We smoke them up at a lower temp than we usually do to get a deeper smoke flavor. We chill them, fry them up for a few minutes in our beef tallow. It gives it a crunchy, nice skin. It's like glass on there.
Nice.
These I'm gonna finish off in my barbecue sauce, and we do a little bit of barbecue rub on there, which kicks up that barbecue flavor. These are gonna be your favorite way to eat a chicken wing after you try these.
All right.
Recently, one of my customers said, "How do you get the flavor all the way to the bone?"
I'm big on wings too, so.
Oh yeah, man. And we finish off with a little bit of razzle dazzle too. And we're gonna pair these with our beef tallow fries.
All right.
These fries have a light potato starch coating, which keeps them crisp. I recently ran a test on them. I made a few burgers for some friends and took it over to their place. Probably about an hour from when it was made to when it got to their hands, and the fries were still crispy in the to-go box.
They weren't all mushy. And,
exactly. Yeah, they maintain some of this crunch texture that they have, which is pretty nice. Make a couple tacos. I'm gonna do a brisket barbecue taco, as well as that lamb taco that we're running on special. This is a green sauce that we make in house. It's similar to like a green taco truck salsa.
Okay. That's the lamb?
This is moist fatty brisket.
Oh, brisket. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That.
Do a little the green sauce on bottom, a little more on top. House-made pico. And then we give the option of cotija or cheddar cheese. I prefer it with cotija. It enhances the flavor, kicks up the smoke just a notch.
That looks good.
Yes, sir. And next up is our lamb taco.
Okay.
This is a lamb shoulder. Smoke it, and then we braise it down until it's tender, fall off the bone, pull it. I went to go pull it off the bone the other day, and I was tired. I put on my cotton gloves.
Oh no.
And so when you put on cotton gloves, then you put on the latex. I forgot to put on the latex. I dipped both of my hands in the liquid. I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? I'm getting burned.
Yeah.
It took me a few seconds. I jumped off the ground 3-4 times. Like, yeah, let me take this glove off. Yeah, it was a nice little. I woke up after that.
Yeah. I bet.
This is the yogurt dill sauce I made just for this. It's a nice sauce. I was eating the sauce just on its own the other day.
So that's a yogurt dill sauce.
Yes, sir. And then we have a little bit of pickled red onion. Nice little acid.
I've never seen a
to
lamb
it.
taco before like this.
Yeah, man.
Or one in
I love lamb. To me, lamb is poetry to the taste buds. A little fresh cilantro. And that's my smoked lamb taco.
So
I use a Mediterranean rub on there, so it has a nice little Middle Eastern flavors.
Got the crispy fries, wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lamb taco looks like it's the winner. Well, everything looks like the winner, but that lamb taco that's different right there.
Thank you, sir. This morning I actually had a guy who says he doesn't eat meat, but he saw a picture of this taco and he came down just to try it.
Yeah.
He loved it. He wrote a nice little review about it.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
sir.
great. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try let's go try the brisket taco first. Look at that. All right, here we go. You're right about the cheese.
Yes, sir.
Never had it without cheese before.
It works so nice.
That was good.
You know, I've actually gotten a few calls to tell me that my cheese is rotten. I'm like, no, it's cotija.
that's
It's
how
similar
it
to
is, yeah.
Parmesan. It has that age. Like, well, I don't like it. Well, that's on you, lady.
Yeah, that's good. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
now the lamb.
I put the barbecue rub in here.
Smoked paprika is just regular.
Yeah, regular paprika is fine. I'll do the smoke. I give it to you. I'll give it to you. Yeah.
We don't got no jalapeno.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 from Little V's. Actually, go to Little V's. Just ask them to borrow 2 jalapenos.
That lamb. That's good.
Thank you, sir.
That's tender. Probably gonna be one of my favorite tacos as of yet.
Yes, sir.
That's
I kind of
different.
describe it like a lamb barbacoa in a way. Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Nice. Next, we'll try one of these wings. I'm a big wing person, so we'll see how that.
Yeah, just cut the tip, cut them in half. No, leave it.
Definitely has flavor all the way down to the bone
Yes, sir.
and on the bone.
Yeah, so
And it's
smoked.
nice and glazing. Look at that. And it's smoked. That's a good wing.
Yes, sir.
That's a really good wing right there.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna check out this brisket.
So here I have some brisket and the dino beef ribs going.
Got down.
That's a little bit of pool of grease we're gonna pull off. As soon as we drain that, the rest of that should darken up and get a nice little bark. These dino beef ribs at 250 go about 6 hours. And then we give them a nice little rest before service.
Wow.
The brisket, yeah, they need more time. That one's gonna be done a lot sooner than that one because you could tell by the size difference.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That looks great. Smells good too.
Thank you.
All right, so it's okay if I interview you guys? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, what's your name?
Cheryl.
All right, and then your name?
Jarrell.
All right. And have you guys been here before?
I've been here once.
I'm from Connecticut.
Okay, so he brought you over here to try out the barbecue. How do you like it?
The brisket, top tier. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
And what else have you tried?
The beans, super good. The smoked cabbage, awesome. The corn, what is this, Mexican corn?
Elotes.
Amazing. Mac and cheese, so-so, but not bad. But it's so good. And the sausage as well.
Do you consider yourself a big barbecue person, brisket person?
He is, not me. This is my first time having brisket.
Okay,
You know,
but you like it.
I love it.
All right, and how about your take?
I mean, I love it. I love Texas barbecue. I love Texas food. I mean, I don't have any complaints, honestly. Really good.
You come here often?
No, this is my second time, actually.
Second time here. Okay, and what did you get today?
I got the smoked sausage, the chicken, brisket, cabbage, elotes, beans, mac and cheese. Yeah, I got everything,
that
honestly, on the menu.
sausage,
All the boudin sausage.
And I can see you guys had a lot more stuff on the plate, but a lot of it's gone already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, perfect.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, so there you go. Our visit to Chuckwagon, where we talked to Waseem, get a little bit know about the history, his history, barbecue, and about the place here. Here you go, Chuckwagon. And every time I come to a new episode, I always learn something new about the location, about the business, about the person, and it's. I honestly I didn't know that he came from a background of barbecue, and you know his dad owned barbecue restaurant, and food's good here. I like it. Tacos were good. The lamb taco was something different. That brisket taco with the cheese and the salsa on there, that was really good. But yeah, here we go. You can smell the brisket right now in the air. There you go, Chuckwagon.